The economy and jobs right now is probably the #1 issue we're faced with. If you watch the news, they'll tell you it's healthcare, and I think probably 99% of the people out there disagree with that. But especially those people who have seen a reduction in income or have lost their job, they're not as concerned about their healthcare. And to be honest with you, they'll be told to go get on Access, because when I lost my past business and was struggling with some things, that's what they told me to do, was just jump in line and jump on the free bandwagon and don't worry about it. It'll work itself out, instead of tell you to go earn it. But the things that we need to understand with the economy is, and you've heard the phrase, perception is reality. It doesn't really matter if the economy's on its way up or if it's not. If the perception of the consumer and the small businessman or woman is that it's not on the way up, they're going to act accordingly. And right now the perception is that it's doom and gloom out there, that there's nothing positive happening. First and foremost, we should pull every piece of legislation at the state or federal level that even gives the impression, whether it's good legislation or not, the impression that it's going to be a burden on small business. If they think it's going to be a burden, it is a burden. It doesn't matter what the reality is. If they think healthcare is going to burden them, if they think cap and trade is going to burden them, you need to pull it until the economy is at a point that it's sustainable and that there's a good positive energy out there where people can focus, they're growing, they're inspired, they're motivated, they're moving forward. Then if you want to revisit some of these issues, revisit them if you must. But you don't do it right now. You don't do it when the economy's struggling. The other thing we need to do is we need to focus on long-term gains. Congress is so consumed right now with the quick fix. They're willing to take the short-term gain for the long-term loss, and we'll just deal with that later. The next group can mess with that, or we'll deal with that after the next election. You need to take the short-term loss for the long-term gain. We need long-term stabilization, not quick fixes. All we do when we do quick fixes is create more bubbles. We knock it back and forth. We have no idea what's going to happen at the end of the day. And some of the things that we can do are quick fixes. We can reduce or eliminate capital gains. We can adjust payroll taxes for employers that come out and say increase their payroll by 20%. Let them have a reduction of 20% or 10% or 15% payroll taxes across their entire payroll. Encourage them to grow and start to take back some of the market share that they've lost, and encourage them to do so because we know that the market's starting to turn. We also need to reward people to get off unemployment, not expand it and add 6 more months and add another year, but encourage them that if you take a job that's maybe not what you want or where you want to be, offer some sort of supplement, some sort of encouragement that entices and rewards them for at least staying engaged, because we know that when people stay on the sofa too long, or when you stay out of the game for too long, it's much harder to get back out there. It's like going to the gym. If you've been going every day, it's easy to show up. If you haven't been in 6 months, it's tough. It's tough to get back out there. You lose your confidence. And when people lose their confidence and faith in themselves, they're less focused. They're less dependable, I guess you could say. They just don't push. They don't try. They don't engage. And we can't allow that to happen. We can't allow people to become discouraged. We've got to force them to get out there and get things going.
All right, thank you, sir. Next, we will go to Mr. Ward.